What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha podcast. As I always start with, shout out to my YouTube and podcast fam who have been listening, whether it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shows or more. And I have no problem. I gotta do this plug. If you want to sign over to YouTube, which eventually I have reviews and other videos. Besides, also I'll upload my podcast to there. And we'll be back doing more videos in the future, inspirational and reviews, recaps, and so forth. Go to YouTube, but don't go to YouTube and get Tasha C TV. Don't forget the TV part, cause y'all, like I said, I will not pop up. It will be a lovely gospel singer, which I still need to listen to her stuff, named Tasha Cobbs, that will pop up. Not to say don't go and listen to her music neither, but I'm saying don't forget to put that in, cause I won't show up. You're gonna see the pink braids. That's also my profile pic as well. Also, if you are new, just let y'all know I'm using the speaker app, which is wonderful to record these lovely podcasts. So you may hear clicks, notifications, or something sounds and stuff, and that's coming from my end. In a rare case, it might be a phone call, but that's very rare, or say a text message or something. But yeah. So, anyways, y'all, this is day 110 of my 366 video day journey, which again for the new listeners, it's nothing but a series I started last year, October the 8th, of my birthday, and I plan on ending this year on October 8th, which is basically it's making a video every day. It could be a podcast to show my face. It's not stuck to one thing. Speaking of interruptions, sometimes in rare cases, I gotta add this in because this is rare too. We so-called still have landlines, which, if y'all like, what the hell is a landline? Is a phone, you plug basically into a certain box, outlet made for a phone inside the house before they made cell phones portable. It just meant to be in the damn house, or business, whatever. So in some rare cases, since I have both my parents have landline phones, they had them before I even got here, and they decided up there and get some afternoon light, whatever the heck, what I don't say proper words, because my parents, did, had relations and conceived me, had me, whatever, they had these phones, and since it's, more than one host, whatever, I got both lines in my room, so there's some rare occasions, even though they use their cell phones a lot too now, especially my dad, surprisingly, okay, we still have landlines, so occasionally, you may hear the phone ring. A house. I forgot to put that too. I meant to say phone, y'all. It rings, but I meant to say with the cell phone. But I'm just going to leave that in there. But this time, surprisingly, and very, very, now this is very, 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 very rare, the house phone might ring. The landline phone might ring in the background. I used to get those back in the day so much, y'all. Like in the beginning when I was doing YouTube videos. It will always be like the phone rings or something. And that was like in 2013, okay? Now, this drastically came, in the year, especially 2020. Now, today, again, I'm doing, which I've been doing for a while, for like almost about a week now. I've been doing for January 24th. This is January 24th, but this show is actually pre-recorded, even though I'm filming for January 24th on a Friday, 2020, and on at 10:15 p.m., I'm actually filming this for January 25th, 2020 on the day. So like I said, I'm doing my little bonus podcast and so forth. And I've been doing it lately where I'm able to not only do it like, say, we're so late in the night, whatever. Sometimes I used to be like sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning. I've been doing the podcast since I have time at this current time to do the podcast sometimes as early as the day, like during, the day or the night, whatever. So yeah, I'm kind of liking this. I don't know how long it's going to last, and eventually I gotta pop up my face in one of these in my video journey anyway. But like I said, it is helping me, like, still be able to create content, even when I don't feel well or don't feel like showing my butt on camera. I don't always show my butt on camera, but it sometimes makes a guest appearance with me, and just, being on camera all the time. And, so, like I said, I'll be there. I know I say soon, but, soon, yeah, it will be soon when I'll be back doing videos and so forth. So anyways, what I want to say here, y'all, was start off where there has been a couple stories. Now, there's been more with this thing because I did went off on the mom because it was still now where in the Sierra Gates, the daughter story of her and the other girl and her daughter attacked. Because it turns out, which Lovely T, which I watch her show, and I've been watching her show since 2012 or 2013, somewhere around there, and she had said the woman was arrested, but they were saying, of course, more stuff, because of course she still so hardly believes that the mom should be charged because she had no right to do that, period, to be involved and put herself in there. But when I read this video, and I still believe that as well too, that that actually they were saying like Sierra's daughter is one of those people who's like to fight people and stuff like that, whatever, as well. And what they were saying is that it's not justifying their straight judges, because I still feel like that mom was completely in the wrong. And I know I qualify or whatever. And I'm not, the thing is that even if, say, she was defending her daughter, now this is like allegedly what they're saying, because until they come up with proof of text messages and or something and proof the real reality is the mother should still be charged for attacking a child. That's assault. Okay, even if she said, or this girl said, whatever, the point is, unless it already happened and stuff, and at least for what I gather, there has not been any proof so far. Now, if it comes out, then yeah, then that goes in, that girl is in the wrong for doing that too, and say who anybody else was involved if they were trying to do this. So, allegedly, so far, this is some things some girls were trying to say about, some people were trying to say about her, I guess students around it. There was this thing, because she was, Lovely T was also sent us information after she sent this video, because, she made sure she gets all the facts, the receipts, print documentations, print out, so forth, okay? Okay. But what Sierra didn't tell you was, I'm on her Instagram, and somebody has sent her this stuff about it. Okay. What Sierra didn't tell y'all was her daughter had 6 girls to try to fight, to try and jump the other little girl. Sierra's daughter told her to meet her in the bathroom so they can jump her. Okay, Warner, first of all, I don't know whether this is true or not. I'm going by what the filming is, what is seen, and it's still a mother going into the bathroom to jump and assault somebody else's child, okay? Then on top of that, if any of these girls, which was a warning, the girl, honestly, I know, it's like, what do you do when you're in that situation? And she's a kid, just like the other girl's a kid, okay? The thing is that if they, told her to meet up so she could jump her in the bathroom, these girls, I'm sorry, I would have snitched. I would have told the principal, I would have told a couple people, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So if she went into the bathroom, her mother went there. First of all, even though she's an adult, if it's going to be 6 damn girls, why the hell is only the mom there? You know what I'm saying? And second of all, if it's like a thing, and I'm not suggesting this is right, but, y'all, if say like there is problems where, your kid is being harassed or whatever, or something like that, or somebody's kid is close to you, it don't have to be your kid, but it's somebody, your little sister, your little brother, especially your little sister, little brother, or little cousin, or, mentor somebody that's important in your life and hear about it. Y'all, did y'all ever hear this? And this, I'm just saying allegedly, this has not happened. Have y'all ever, tried, if y'all know some kids, say, in the family that y'all close with, that, that in that same age group, you know what I mean? Especially, okay, if the girl talking about she gonna do blah, 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 you get some girls, or say, some kids and you pay them, okay, you know what, I'm just saying allegedly. Have y'all ever heard of those statements? Or is it just runs around my family or something like that? Not to say they have done that, whatever, but it was one time, and I'm not saying it's right, because actually my brother was young. This is a rare case. Like I say, it's a very generational gap between my siblings and stuff. So they're almost 17, 18, and up years older than me, even on my mom's side. And mom had 3 kids prior to having me. Okay. So there was a time, just to let y'all know this, right? That, see, even though the Smurf and my I'm not gonna say youngest, one of my shorter sisters, and my older sister, well, all my sisters are older than me, but I'm saying is, that, they used to play, but she used to play around. Maybe because she was short, she had to fight for her life, but she was tall. It's like she got all her height when she was younger, or majority of her height, and then she just stopped growing, and then that's how she got called Smurfette by me. But anyway, y'all, it was these girls or whatever, and they would call themselves, I think, even try to walk or talk to my mom like they gonna do something to my sister Trina, whatever, and shit. And then they all one time was trying to, but even though my sister was throwing hands, even though these girls were calling herself trying to jump her and shit, right? Jump her, she was throwing hands, and my brother, who is younger than her, whatever, they up there, he had jumped, and they didn't know that was her brother, first of all. But like I said, he was younger than her, and it was totally opposite. He didn't get his height. Like he had one of those height that this is the story tell me, because I wasn't even here yet. I was just up there still tootsie rolling whatever as an egg, and sitting up with my mom as an egg. I didn't get hatched yet, but anyway, nowhere near hatched. But what I'm saying is that they were trying to jump Drina, even though she was able to throw hands and stuff like that and whatever. He came. And he was already shorter. He was a little bit shorter than her, but he was short. He was kind of a Smurf, I guess, for a minute, what they told me. And he didn't, he started growing like in his teens, like overnight, and got his height, right? And so anyway, I know y'all, this is probably a boring ass story, but what I meant to say is that, he ended up, was able to, like, throw little hands, whatever, because they were trying to drop his sister. I don't know if my sister Tom was born yet or not, but, she was still be too young anyway by that time. She would have been a baby. But what I'm saying is, it's like, they didn't know that was her brother, and here was why. Okay, because like I said, he was about to have no hit nobody sister. So I would have asked y'all, do y'all think that was right? That even though it was also to defend his sister, because they were jumping his sister, and they like it a year and a half apart from each other in age, okay? I don't know, it's when they were in early teens or younger, but it was something around then or something like that. And they were trying to try Trina, okay? And she had to throw hands. I don't know how many people they were, but it was jumping, so it was at least two or more heifers at the time that were trying to attack my sister. And, like I said, these stories told. So, like I said, my brother had caught one, and they didn't know. And then after the thing is, but they left Trina alone, especially she was throwing hands, just taking one hour at a time, whatever. Maybe in her life she was either supposed to be wrestler or boxer if it was meant to be. Okay. They said she used to really throw hands when she was younger. Maybe, like I said, maybe because she was short. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, they did not know that was her brother because they was out nowhere. Like I said, I don't know if they started school or the new semester, what the hell was going on, because this was like maybe outside the school, the parking lot, it was on school grounds, but they didn't get in trouble or nothing like that from what I gather. This is more to it. But anyways, they ended up not knowing it was him, and they were probably because they was like, oh, we didn't know that was your sister. I think, no sister, nothing like that. Because, see, my brother and my sister Ton, they're like, some people say I'm yellow, but actually I'm the dark person as far as like you go with skin tones. My sister Trina is dark brown, brown skinned. I don't always say dark, but she's very, she's chocolate brown. So even though she actually looks like both her other siblings, or looks like all of us, whatever, even though I got a totally different father, the thing is, some people are not going to automatically see their features, and, my sister Trina looks like mom, too. But they're not going to, some people may not look like that just because they're total different shade tones. And on top of that, here's the interesting, y'all, the part also, y'all, is that Trina, Ton, and Kenny, my siblings, both have the same mom and dad. They did have been passed away years ago, okay? Even before I was born, like at least 2 or 3... maybe like 4 or 5 years before I was born, okay? So, what I'm saying is that nobody knew they were related because they're total different shades. You got one that look like vanilla or something like that damn near, and then you got somebody chocolate, and some people don't know that they're related just because of their skin tone. But that's a whole nother story itself, you know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I was that right or wrong. Now, like I said, it's just that consider the circumstances and the sister being jumped, and he was still younger than her. I'm not being biased because, like I said, it's still the fact that the boy putting hands on the girl, but it's also was defending his sister because they were calling some these girls like whatever. We're trying to think they're going to jump his sister, and they left it alone once they found out. They were like, brother, who you, brother? I don't, and didn't know that was her brother. They found out that day. Okay, but anyways, so going back into the story. Okay, like I said, the little felt scared and called her mom because it was 6 of them, and what else she was supposed to do? Now in the video, even though those girls in the bathroom was one selling, if anybody was originally going to jump, and this is just my opinion, going to jump this girl, nobody was touching that girl or her mom. It was, like I said, it didn't show anything. So if anybody, 6 of the girls were going to jump, why did they scoot away unless they decided? They could have did this, though. I'm just being real with y'all. Just sat there and just said, you know what? I ain't part of this shit since they got the mom in there, and just changed their mind and said they were going to jump and then backed out, whatever. Which have no business jumping no damn body anyway. Okay, the only thing you're supposed to jump is jump rope, or you jumping on trampoline, or just jumping up and down, whatever's an exercise. Not jumping no damn body, okay? So anyways, but like I said this in a couple podcasts ago. In rare cases, like besides a woman with a kitty, like let's say for example, it's a man trying to attack a woman or girl or something like that, and then they can understand it like, oh, I might have to be jumped by even a female or something to get off, because already, and that's another story too, y'all. Another story time. If I have time, I'll probably go into it. This just happened then just last week, okay, y'all. Speaking of some bullshit, and this happened in real life, actually. Featuring my brother. I'll get to that in a second, okay, y'all? So she was like, well, so if your child's about to get jumped by 6 girls, any parent would have came swinging. Sierra, it was attention and a storyline. My kids attend North Atlanta and explain what happened. In fact, most of the kids said Paris, that's the name Sarah's daughter, is a troublemaker, thinks she's bad and rich, and has stink attitude. Now the facts always, and the video showing the girls, and it's a video showing the girls trying to jump her. So until they have videos that come out showing us trying to jump her, I also wonder why the mama only came at Paris. If since the daughter stuff like that, like I said, she should have found some girls if she could to go up there and do the stuff with her. See, it's still in the end is a loophole where the mother should still be charged. She had no right to jump on her anyway. Like y'all was only tagging one girl. Why, if it was other girls, she was like, mama, she was like, they try to get me. Did they all leave just Paris in there? You see what I'm saying? Like, why the mom didn't go ahead? She's gonna be charged herself and put her hands, so she had no business so to put her hands on the minor anyway. Might as well go ahead and fuck some other girls up. That's what I meant to say, okay? Still. But then it did show like Paris, the girl up there, and there's a clip from Cobb City, she up here bobbing and bobbing her, like her fist up, bone up on bobbing top of boy's head. He even was trying to console by her, so stop, and she still was bobbing on him. We don't know what the hell started, but the fact is he diffused and just walked away, and it was the classroom, whatever. I don't know why the hell she did that, but I mean, the fact is, there's thing karma, like I say, women need to be careful and girls need to be careful. Don't be sitting here putting hands on boys just because you think they not supposed to put hands on you. You know what I'm saying? I have no words. She had no right to just do that. I don't know. Did he put hands on her? But it looked like he was trying to fuse and not do it. He, like I said, he walked away. He just hugged her, whatever. So she was the one bopping the head. So she blew violence. So like I said if the girls, whoever, if there's a video showing the girls, they need to be disciplined as well. But like I said, she's still the mama, and the girl bringing the mama, which is dangerous because the way that the mom was probably brought in, it still needs something to be done well. Now, the girl was defending herself is not one thing, but she asked her mom to help her come herself. That's still a parent, adult assaulting things. And if the girls did attempt to jump her, it still needs to be disciplined for them as well. But you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't exclude where some people are trying to justify that just because if this did happen, it changes it, but it still doesn't change the fact the mom was not supposed to come there so she can assault some kids. Okay, what's the proof? Because, okay, now they just said there's a video showing the girls are trying to jump the kids, jump through this one particular girl, the one that also could be considered the aggressor as well. But where's, okay, did the videos get on mom? And like, if there's a video of that too, just like this was shown on the news of this attack and everything else about it, okay, that's showing parents. That's still showing, yeah, she has a bad attitude and she needs to keep from not putting her hands on nobody neither. Okay, let's be for real. But until they have proof, they can say word of mouth. Multiple people say word of mouth a day. This girl got a bad attitude. She's a rhyming witch. She's a bee in training or whatever. And I'm saying that because she's a minor, okay? If she was 18 and up, the B word be used upon her, but I'm not trying to say that. So, So anyways, like I said, until there's actual proof that it can be just like, because that means to be viral too. Just like showing a moment, as far as right now, the video itself is showing that there's a woman and a young girl assaulting and attacking a young girl in the bathroom. The mom still in no business being there and so forth in that thing. So what I'm saying is that they can say, oh, Sarah, because she has a bad attitude, blah, blah, blah. But even that one video shows she has a bad attitude, and maybe she's one of those young ladies, the girls that think like, or this mentality that I can put hands on men and have like a pass where you could just make them to punching bags or boys or whatever. Okay? So that still is not pertaining to the fight that occurred, the assault that occurred a couple days ago. You see what I'm saying? So in the end, it still doesn't justify. Well, now there's still to be, yes, like I said, so that means it just needs to be more people disciplined and so forth. If that occurred, and the mom still to be charged assault either other way. Real talk. That's my opinion. Not everybody's got to agree with it, but that's where it stands. So if it's more point out, like I said, that Perry got something to do with it, yeah, she has to be accountable for what she did. And whoever else, the girls who were originally, if they were going to jump this girl or it is video proof, it needs to be blown out well. Just like they can display and make it seem like only Paris is the only victim or only person there, whatever. Then it needs to be it needs to be that that needs to be viral as well. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't just be like just be pushing aside and be one-sided just because that occurred. Okay. Let's see. So I also wanted to talk real quick about, like I said, before I go to the other story, I don't want to make this all sad, but just talking about the whole thing about being, like sometimes intervening in altercations. Now, actually, my brother was taking my nephew back home, well, to his grandma's house, whatever, right? He just pulled off, and he has, he has a truck that has a plow in front of it. He puts it on, during this winter, especially, like I said, we just had a winter storm, whatever, right? And y'all, and I got more clarification about it, actually, what happened. He had to stop, because it's already nighttime, it's evening. He had to stop his truck, and, because he ended up calling, whatever, and basically what happened was, this truck, because you could see, in the middle of the street, this bitch-ass nigga, Ban, is beating this woman in the street. She's laid out, screaming, hollering, asking for help, with my brother that's in the car, with a iron pipe or a crowbar. Now, I don't know if my brother got the car or whatever the case is, but the bitch-ass ran the ring. Bitch-ass nigga ran the ring. Okay, whatever, right? And the woman shoots her feet, and he also, what he was able to see at this time also, is this poor child standing out of a vehicle tree, but the baby's only like 4 years old, 3 years old, something like that, a toddler, okay? So, and it turns out, of course this bitch has a red, but the lady asked, for help. Like I said, her shoes over the street, whatever. But like I said, bitch ass is not only being a woman, but this bitch ass nigga. Turned out this woman was also 7 months pregnant. And my brother, was able to call the police, and they got grace of God. They came soon as hell. They were able to help the woman and get her ambulance, hope to get treatment for her and your babies. And I hope and pray that this woman is away from that fuck boy, and they also catches this bitch ass nigga. Soon, because like I said, this bitch ass ran, doing this, and like I said, it was even more disgusting that you're doing this in front of a child, and this woman is pregnant, and she asked my brother to call the police. So like I said, I don't know if the guy ran when my brother had like got a car, stopped, whatever, and blah blah blah, or whatever you said. All I know is that thing. Hopefully, the woman is able to get the proper help and able to get at that abusive bad situation, and so forth. Hopefully, her and her baby and the baby who was there and was okay, because that is ridiculous. And like I said, I hope they catch this bitch ass motherfucker. Okay. I just wanted to say it. And the reason why I'm sorry for this to be sad, y'all, or kind of like the way it is, but I did need to be clarifications that still, because I ain't gonna apologize for saying like what I said about the woman, because I was going off for her like, why did she come out there? Now I'm going to say that I'm going to reduce the amount of just calling her the B word. If you notice that I haven't been saying that like I did the last episode, but it's still the thing is, it's just still, it didn't need to be where she had to go and resort to assaulting. Like, what would you do if this was your child? Like I said, it just all depends. But like I said, hopefully you know some kids in the age and they take care or whatever. Or get to the other. Why? I mean, did she? But that's what I'm saying. She went to go attack the kid, but I'm surprised she didn't wait for like in the park. She was able, but she ran away though. So she don't had no business doing that shit. Even if she called herself the fit, I would have stood the ground. You already came to school, whatever. But she was able to run away like Sierra said. I would have came back, whatever. Said the time Sierra said, and I would have like texted like I want the damn mom. I would fuck her up too. Okay, so it is so much to say, but it's just a hot ass mess, unfortunately. Either way, but like I said, parents up there trying to get jump girls, whatever. Two, she need to be disciplined, because like I said, even though it did show that she did fight and attack this boy, and she should have got dealt with one of that boy's sisters or cousins or girl cousins, whatever, too. Because she had no business putting hands. I don't know, like I said, if he put hands, but like I said, I doubt if he did, because like I said, he was actually diffusing the situation and walked away, okay? But showing, whatever. But what I'm saying is, it's showing whatever, like, that attitude she has, but still, it's like, okay, that was then. We don't know, that still doesn't indicate until they show proof, whatever, to prove, like, maybe to not justify what the mom did in that incident, but show, like, hey, maybe she just did that in the instinct and just didn't think about it. But that's what I'm saying is, we shall see, y'all. And y'all, I wanted to say real quick, because I've been following Ryan the Tattoo, and Ryan, from Nine Mag, and from Black Ink crew Chicago, right? And if y'all know the backstory about the track show, it was also on a series I think on TV1 where one of his sisters was killed, and his niece were killed by Judy Love, or somebody she had went with, I think, after, like, a lawyer or something, after, because the father of her kids was on, I don't know if it was Basketball Wives, or it was another show that was supposed to come on, to whatever, and then I didn't know, like, because she had two kids by him, but the son survived, so Ryan Harris talked about, like, how he's felt and how this fake now is traumatized, and it's just a sad message, because this is a Nova Stars project. It's basically to help women, I think, like, mostly women and children in the, getting and moving on from domestic, violence, abuse relationships, which I just had talked about just a second ago about my brother just saving a woman, from domestic violence. And, swipe and read. Keep my sister and my niece story alive, to this day. I keep my sister and my niece story alive to this day. And this is also on his page, too. He had a couple slides under the baby, God rest their souls. And also the fuck bitch-ass nigga, crazy, evil-ass motherfucker, MF, that killed him. Today is his sorry-ass, born day today. Okay. He said, I keep my sister, my niece story alive to this day. 11 years ago, which feels like yesterday. Not for simply, but for the fact that it has and hope to continue to help women all over. Today is his birthday. They were broken up and separated, and he just wanted to see her. And please let me, please let me in today, because it's my birthday. Already had a gun on him. Already knew what he tended to do. as she was shot 6 times. Final shot to the head. Ava at 10 months shot twice. Shot to the head. I say this to say that if you see the signs of things getting bad with that man, it don't get no better. Take those signs and get the fuck away. Without a dime, you still need to leave. I don't believe that time heals all wounds, cause I'm effed up forever. And my family was torn apart with me just now dealing. But I lived to make her proud and would rather have them back. The Nova Nova AEN dot period O period VA period underscore star underscore project. I'm just letting you know the hashtag to follow it. Plans for the future will be to house and shelter runaway women and children from these same situations who feel they have nowhere to go and no way to get away. Take heed, ladies. You are worth it all, and use my family loss as your strength. F that nigga. I don't care what he finds in prison for life. I will never forgive. He will not find God and go to the same heaven as my sister and niece. In these pictures, he is rotting away daily on a 24-hour solitary. Live with it. Hashtag Nove Ava. So, that is a whole nother deep thing itself, because it's tragedy and loss. It's not like this. And so, I'm probably going to put in today's description of this podcast the link to the novastarproject.org, and it's the file. Okay, it's of course a non-profit organization, and it's notification of violence in America is really what the letters stand for. The founder is Ryan Hendy, founder, and definitely I will be putting that in there, so if y'all want more information and so forth about how to give to help and so forth. Because I just talked about a situation like that happened last. And interesting enough, this happened on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, when my brother was taking my nephew back home so he can get ready for school for yet the last Tuesday. So, but my nephew was not in the car when this occurred. It was after he just dropped him off and, turned the corner street, and this shit happened. But thank for the grace of God, the police and the ambulance and stuff were able to come there as soon as possible, and the woman wasn't beaten to death for the child, or my brother said they ended up being okay. Well, we're not okay, but I just hope, pray healing, that, because that's going to be mentally and spiritually, and hopefully that this woman realizes, and just a wake-up call to get the hell away from that toxic, evil shit. Okay? Because that was ridiculous. And I think the car doors was open, so maybe the woman was trying to get away with the kid. I don't know. And then took the car. Okay. Like I said, I'll be leaving the website in the description of this podcast, and it'll also be in the description, which means if you are listening through YouTube, y'all be able to hear that. And speaking, before I go to another thing real quick, y'all, speaking of with the whole, the Black Ink crew, whatever, right? I wanted to say this. Now, there's a story. One of the things that's going on stories in the season is that a woman is claiming, well, actually, first, a woman's sister came and talked about, came to Phor, which is one of the main people on the show. He's tattoos, rap artists, and so forth, whatever. And he, basically she came to him and said, okay, my sister, you might have a 17-year daughter, blah, blah, blah. Can she come to you? I've been listening to the reviews and stuff. I haven't watched the season, but I've seen the clip. So Phor doesn't remember this encounter, but I think they smashed in the closet based on what the lady was saying. And then she's talking to him. It's like, well, my daughter's here today. They're in a restaurant, but I guess she was sitting in the car or whatever, probably, up there playing Candy Crush if she wasn't on social media or TikTok or something, and asked the young girl to come there. Well, that was a clip, but I didn't see all of it, right? So I think Phor has met with the young girl a couple of times, whatever. And of course, Don, which is his brother. I don't know if Phor is older than Don or Don's older. Before, Don looks like, like Don are both like Ryan. Ryan's been like working out with him a lot, whatever. And like I said, they look like they're trying to revise the roles of 300, okay? Of 300, okay? The movie 300. I never say movie, but how built them dude was 300. Okay, they can make their own version itself, revise. Chocolate version of 300. Okay, I'm just kidding. So anyway, Don is like, which is understandable in this case that he just want to make sure to protect his brother, because if y'all don't remember, a couple seasons ago, and not to bring up, but this was Phor was still with Nikki, whatever, at the time, and this girl came out of nowhere and was claiming contacted Phor as well, claiming, because, Phor didn't see his father, I think only seen once, and that was only when he was seen him in the process when he was dying in the hospital. He never has any action with his father. He was, he had a close relationship, I guess, or, with Don's father, because they, have different dads, whatever. But in the thing is, so this girl going to claim, so he didn't, but like I said, Phor wasn't really around, I think, his father's side of the family too much. So some girl going to claim, some grown girl, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say girl like, somebody underage, claim like, oh, my mom said that we're cousins, blah, blah, blah. So they even drove like some hours away out of state, like Indiana or something like that. And she said, oh, my mom, is on the way. And they waited till they got there. Don was with him even then. So I can understand Don being protective of his brother, period, especially in these circumstances, because this has happened before, okay? So anyways, y'all, he up here, she up here like this. Hold on, my mom. As soon as they get there, whatever. Hold on, my mama's on her way, whatever. Oh, she just texted me. It's gonna be minute. I don't know. She's on the way, blah blah. She up there reheating damn Popeyes, probably mild chicken, whatever for them to eat, whatever. And they waiting for some amount of time, and she still say, "Hold on, I'm texting my mom." Which she could have been up there just putting a note on a calendar or something like something, because you can't go by what they said. But like I said, she waited till they got there and just running and procrastinating, talking about some hold on, my mom said. And then it was like a certain amount of time, I don't know, it was an hour or more than that. Like I said, it's been a couple of years since I had watched that, but that was when I was kind of like still consistently watching the show, right? So she like, oh, my mama said she ain't coming and blah, blah, blah. So Phor was like, man, this is ridiculous, whatever. So they end up, leaving, whatever. And then this broad comes there to the shop. I don't know, it was a couple weeks, whatever. With a dress like, the shirt like she ready to go to the club, whatever. And she coming back there as if it was nothing, and Phor like, what is you doing here, whatever? You know what I mean? Like, I'm already feel some type of way, whatever. I'm just paraphrasing what I remember the most. And she, and she's like, Nikki, Nikki, ended up throwing hands on her, and they ended up getting into a fight a little bit, and we never seen that girl ever since back in, whatever, right? But she's like this, and Phor was like, he walked away, whatever, like, he went to, I guess, one of the tattoo rooms, whatever, because she was, like I said, the girl just came there like it was nothing, okay? Like, oh, like just hanging out, whatever, and knowing that was just some BS. It'd be different if Phor told her, oh, well, you can still hang out, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't like that. This heifer, I don't know what her gender was, but it's like, I don't know if this heifer thought she was going to lie and say that she was Phor's relative and stuff, and then try to hook up on them and then claim like, turn out we ain't cousins or whatever, or try to get some more, try to get some TV show time to get on TV. It was just some sick, twisted thing, whatever the hell she was on, right? And, Nikki was like, what the heck BS is you on? You up there claiming, ain't no proof that you said you were cousin, blah, blah, blah. You already, that time has already passed, whatever, and why are you even here? Oh, well, the information, the proof is coming, the girl was saying, whatever, right? And she was like, oh, you need to get the hell out of here, basically, and that's when they got to fight in the parking lot, the girl, blah, blah, and we never seen her since then. So ever since that incident, then you had to be very careful, consider, like, okay, why did it take 17 years? They've been come out with DNA tests, especially, they've been had the home DNA test that you can get your Walgreens and Walmart, at least it's 10 or 11 years ago, probably more than that, okay, but anyways, they showed a scene of the last episode that was online, and I heard about it, And I guess they met with the mom and the girl, and Don was there too. And it was like, basically, how do you, and they show the clip, he ends up giving the damn, like the DNA test on the table of the restaurant. And the mom walked out, felt first offended and stuff. And I think the daughter went up behind her, not because she was offended, but because that's the little girl, the girl's mother. And she felt like, this is some BS. So this is what you gonna do? Because she told her, and she walked away. And the producer's like, hey, it's not gonna take long, whatever. In 2 weeks, you'll know whether he's returned or not. But she felt some type of way offended, like this is appropriate. So they want me to swab in the restaurant? Okay, well, unless y'all gonna be allowed, like I said, that girl allowed them to come to her personal house, wherever she was staying at. But 9 times in most cases, y'all gonna meet in public anyway, and y'all on a reality TV show. So I don't know if she thought maybe that they weren't going to do a DNA test. Period. I was surprised it was that long before they even did the DNA test, because if Don didn't do that, I don't know how long, because Phor, I think, might have started to get attached to the girl, if he was just going to go ahead and just, let it continue, where it's like, heck, man, you need to be careful. So, like I said, the police had to tell, you might go into, but she felt the time, I don't even think I'm offended, and blah, 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 blah. And so she eventually came in, she was like, okay, we gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. And the girl was like, okay, come on, let's just go ahead and do this. Whatever. The child was not actually figuring. She was just like that. Don was like, okay, all you gotta do is swabs. She had no problem doing the swab or the swab. He put in the plastic bag, whatever, and she did that. And after that, Phor is give the girl a hug, whatever. Okay, you're good. But she just was the one that seemed like the mature one, and she's a kid herself being put in that situation. And then, like I said, the mom is acting like the one that is being offended. You know what I mean? But like I said, she was the one offended about basic DNA. I don't know if the DNA test, period. Even that seemed a little bit harsh, whatever. It's just that it's something that needed to be done. And obviously, if Don didn't intervene, it obviously was not going to get done. And y'all reality show anyway, what did she think? Like I said, I don't know, maybe she thought that this was going to go on regardless of, if she just said something. But like I said, Phor has been there before when he's been a victim of, basically somebody trying to claim, yo, I know you, or this and that, or we related, and was doing some foul stuff. So, yeah, of course you're going to protect it. And you talking about a whole kid, too? So, anyways, could be continued. I don't, whatever. I'm going to say this real quick. This is an interesting fact. I actually had to read the book. Have y'all read the book, Uncle Tom's Cabin? I remember that was one of the books I had to read for classes when I was in college. And read report on it. And have y'all heard the term Uncle Tom? Because it's a Instagram thing called OLMECIAN, and they be having a lot of Black history, the real Black history facts. And this was real Uncle Tom, and it's interesting because some people say Uncle Tom and it's same as Coon and whatever, your ass kissing, whatever, and one of them, yes, the masters, okay, type of people, and I haven't seen the movie Django. Okay, don't take my damn black card, but I haven't seen the movie Django. But I know Samuel Jackson's character, or the character, like I said, in Boondocks. I watched that show. Okay, I forgot what the hell is Uncle Ruckus, that type of mofo. Okay, now this was saying the truth because, like I said, I could have sworn when I wrote that book, and I know it's been 10-something years ago. I was like, I don't recall the real Uncle Tom being an ass kisser full of, the mayonnaise. I'm just going to leave it as that, okay? But here it said, Uncle Tom was a man who refused to be black women. And like I said, this is what happened. Uncle Tom was originally a character from Harriet Beecher Stowe's 1852 novel, Uncle Tom's Cabin. As Wikipedia outlines, Stowe's melodramatic story humanized the suffering of slavery for white honest by portraying Tom as a Jesus-like figure who is ultimately martyred, beaten to death by a cruel master because he refuses to betray the whereabouts of two women who had escaped from slavery. Okay, let's see here. Because they had a man, and we were talking about that. Uncle Tom was a man who refused to beat black women. Uncle Tom was a man who refused to tell on other slaves. Uncle Tom was a man who would put cotton in other slaves' bags at night so that they wouldn't get beat. Uncle Tom was a man who helped 100 slaves get free long before the Underground Railroad. Uncle Tom was a man that, once free, established the first labor school for other fugitive slaves. It was other blacks who turned turn his name into a negative connotation. New Age blacks of the time felt his image was too passive and not